Hello and welcome. My name is Ann Beekman, and I'm Director of Care Pathways here at Terumo Health Outcomes. And I'm really excited to share with you this demo on code heart failure. As we get ready to start the demo for code heart failure, I thought I'd address two common questions right up front. The first is, what is the risk model you're using? The risk model that runs in code heart failure is the EHMRG model. This model is a predictive analytic tool. The tool has been researched, validated, and published as a trusted predictor of mortality for patients in the emergency department. The second question we get asked is, if I don't have an EMR or electronic health record, can I still use the tool? And if I do have one, can it be integrated? The answer is yes to both. If you don't have an EMR that you can use to help pull data elements into the predictive tool, and you'll see how there are elements that do cross over and populate during the demo, you can work the risk model off another device like an iPad and generate the recommendations in a standardized fashion that way. If you do have an EMR, we highly recommend you connect to the tool in some form or fashion, whether it is through your HL7 interface or actually embedding it into the EMR. Depending on the type of EMR you have, the amount of integration that's already built may vary slightly, but it's definitely an opportunity in both settings. So now let's get to the demo. So here we are at the procedure dashboard, and we're ready to start entering data into the code heart failure module. A couple of things to point out here. You want a date range that includes the ER admission you're currently going to enter data for, and it's sometimes good to go back a little in the EMR in case you can pull through any relevant data. So we're going to pick Tiberius here to run the risk model on. So on this screen, we're running the survey. You'll notice code heart failure requires 13 data elements to be completed, and 9 of those have already pre-populated for us. In addition, there are 2 questions on the top. Both of these need to be yes in order for the risk model to be relevant. Very simple questions. Does the patient have heart failure and are they symptomatic? If you answer no to either of these, the risk model will disappear. So let's look at the 4 missing elements we have. Okay, we need to put in a potassium number, a systolic blood pressure, and it looks like we need a pre-procedure creatinine and an oxygen level. I do want to show you one other data element that's really important, and it is the administration of Lasix or a diuretic. There's 2 steps to running the module. The first is looking at the risk of mortality in the next 7 days, and this tool will generate that. The second is the symptoms of the patient. So the patient receives a diuretic that's documented based on the protocol, and then they review the symptoms the patient's experiencing to see if they got better or stayed the same or worsened to help direct the discharge as well. So now that we've completed our data, we're going to submit our information and see how quickly you get a recommendation. So for Tiberius, his risk of mortality in the next 7 days is above 1%. So the tool will recommend an admission or overnight stay. Should that risk have been less than 1%, we would have seen a recommendation or consideration to discharge. Again, that would be contingent on the success of the diuretic he was given. So this is a basic example of how the ePRISM module works, and we look forward to discussing the product further with you in the future. Thank you.